A lot of people want to argue that they're not wearing a mask or social distancing, practicing safety measures during this pandemic is none of my business or anyone else's business. That if they don't want to wear a mask in public around other people, mind your own business. If they don't want to practice safety measures, mind your own business. That is their attitude. Why is it a concern of mine? Why is it a concern of your families, your neighbors? Why is it a concern of the community, the nation as a whole, or even the world as a whole? Check the numbers. See the numbers. The media is not lying to you. In fact, if anything, the numbers are smaller than the reality because not everyone's been tested by a long shot. It is my concern what you do in public. What you do in the privacy of your home is none of my business. But when you are out among other people in the community, in public places, in stores, and so forth, it becomes my concern. It becomes my concern because this is how the virus spreads. It's that simple. Do the math. I've used this math story to try to get the point across. I'll do it one more time. Now, it's sad, first of all, that you don't care enough about your loved ones, much less the community, that you would protect yourself and others from something you may be carrying and don't have a clue. I know of more than one person who suffered miserable, horrible illness due to COVID-19. They contracted it from people who had no symptoms, who did against all CDC standards as far as protecting ourselves, and they suffered miserably. Every day, another person in Alabama, another lot of people in Alabama and across the nation are dying because of people that didn't know they had symptoms or hid the fact that they tested positive. It becomes our business when you open yourself to the public, when you present yourself in public, just like your driving habits become my business. Your tailgating, your speeding, your running traffic lights becomes my business because it affects my well-being, my safety. It affects the well-being and safety of the community. It's not a matter of whether you like the 35-mile-an-hour speed limit or not. It is a matter of that is the safe speed to go in that area. You shouldn't, as an adult, have to be told these things. The math is not complicated to someone that'll take the time to think. The problem is we're not thinking. So here is the math. I have some land that needs to be mowed and manicured daily. It needs to be taken care of for 1 month. So I'm going to give you two options as to the way that I will pay you to take care of my little piece of land. I'll give you $1 million up front to take care of it every day for 30 days. Mow the grass, trim the bushes, all the above. Every day, $1 million for 30 days. Or option number 2, I will give you a penny today. I'll double that penny tomorrow. The next day, I'll double that figure. Every day, that figure will double for 30 days. Now, you choose which option you would like. If you chose the $1 million up front, you would have turned down millions of dollars because that doubling that penny would have outpaced that $1 million phenomenally. Do the math. Don't take my word for it. Do the math. This is the same way it is, and it's proven for a fact. It's not a joke. It's not a game. But this is why it becomes everybody's business in the public. It's not just about you and your family. It's about all of us and where we're going. we're going into numbers now that are worse than they were back in March. Horrendous numbers. We've outpaced the entire world with our numbers. And this all stemmed from a time when our dear president stood up and was touting his horn, if you will, about how just wonderful we were doing in our nation. We're not. Every day, there's someone else that I know that has suffered from COVID-19. Every day I have to go out in the public, or even if I have to have someone comes to my house to repair an air conditioner, if I have to have someone come to my house to deliver groceries or bring me some food, if I choose a way that I can not ever leave my home, I still have to interact at some level and able to survive. I am forced because of fear of what you refuse to do. You're forcing me and millions of others to lock ourselves down so that you can run wildly in the streets, and all you have to do is wear a mask, social distance, and wear a mask. It's that simple. But it becomes such a big thing, and it's hard to understand this. And the next thing I'll address, and I've seen it go both ways, I've seen some businesses that a staff member has not tested positive for COVID-19, yet one of their staff has maybe some symptoms that maybe, they'll go ahead and shut down to protect not only themselves and not only their clients and customers, but the community. If you have a business and you know that anybody in your staff is either displaying symptoms and or has tested positive, make that public. Protect the community. Don't be an ass. Don't be ignorant. Don't be stupid. 2 churches up in Blount County, and probably more as far as I know. One, because of a dear friend of mine, will share this information with me. His family, in-laws, infected with COVID-19 because stubbornly and ignorantly gave the finger to mask and social distancing, and now his wife's family is eaten up with COVID-19 and they live next to him. They not only put themselves in danger, they put the community at large in danger. Another Baptist church, another revival in Blount County, a smaller church with about 100 members, did the same thing, a revival. 40 of them down with COVID-19. Those 40 is not just contained within those 40, because those 40 go out in public. Those 40 integrate themselves with family members who go out in public, go to work. It spreads quickly. So yes, it becomes our business. It becomes my business. For my health, for everyone I know, it becomes the community's concern, just like your driving habits become the community's concern. I'm not going to get into the seatbelt law, but I'm going to get into basic driving laws from traffic lights. Oh, not going to tell me when I've got to stop or how fast I've got to drive. Fuck that stop sign. That's basically what they're saying. And you don't have enough of this going on because you have, where this came from, I have no clue. It's just like the anti-vaxxers, anti-vaccine. Where this stuff comes from, I don't know. Is there a perfect answer to anything? Absolutely not. Does science have the answer to everything? Absolutely not. It's a learning curve, but we take the side that we see is doing the best. We see that doing the best is not tailgating. You ever wonder why there's all these little crosses on big wide freeways, straight paths? There's no, why did these people get killed on this spot of highway? It's not a curve. It's a very wide road, more than one lane. What's going on here? It's called tailgating, the number 1 cause of accidents. I drove back home yesterday. People going 80 and 90 miles an hour with this much distance. That becomes a concern. It becomes a concern to me if you're riding on my ass, because that's an act of terror. you're endangering my life. You're endangering your life. You're endangering the people in the car with you. You're endangering the people behind you. And in doing so, if you are a provider for your household, you're putting your entire household at risk. If you injure or kill yourself, it's going to dramatically affect everybody. It's not just about your right, because it becomes a community involvement. And this is what you've got to understand with this mask issue and the silliness that people are going through with this. Yes, it is our concern whether you take appropriate action or not. Is it 100% effective? It's a lot more effective than not wearing a mask. And that is proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. Turn off the pseudoscience, turn off the bullshit, turn off Rush Limbaugh, and get real. Rush Limbaugh has no idea about infectious diseases. The CDC does. Thanks to the CDC and vaccines, you don't have to worry about measles or chickenpox or polio. We go down a long list of things that they've accomplished. But yet, you want to get some silly crap going on in your head like it don't matter. It does matter. It matters to me whether your kids go back to school or not, because they are prone to carry this with no symptoms and bring it home to your grandmother, your babysitter, your daycare. There was just in Georgia. And it doesn't matter that the majority have no symptoms or the majority don't die. I don't want to fucking die. It doesn't matter that the majority on the highways don't have accidents. Some do, and I don't want you to cause me to be in an accident because you tailgate my ass. It becomes my concern. It is my concern. Like it or not, your actions in public do affect me and everybody else out there. That's a fact. Now, if you think you know more, or Rush Limbaugh knows more, or Fox fucking News knows more, or Donald fucking Trump knows more than medical scientists who have spent decades in this, and the Center of Disease Control, who has, where's polio, where's measles, wake up, grow up, be an adult. So yes, it does matter. It matters 100%. And that's my only rant on that today. But you need to do your homework. And I'm not talking about homework. Let me see if I can find somebody that's dressed in this and they look like they're a doctor. They say they're a doctor. No, I'm not talking about a eye doctor or a chiropractor or a pediatrician. No, let's talk and listen to somebody that knows something about infectious diseases. Take time to fact check Rush Limbaugh. Take the time to fact check President Trump. Yeah, for our good and your own fucking good as well. If you don't care, we do. So get over yourselves, because the way you drive is important to me, because I get on the roads. You could endanger somebody that I know and love. It don't have to be me personally. All these things matter. It becomes a community thing, whether you like it or not. Good day.